Hello and welcome to another Warhammer the Old World Battle Report. Today I'm playing Wood Elves against Beastmen. Um, Andrew, my opponent, lent me a Wood Elf army because I was keen to give them a try, and mine are currently unpainted and partially assembled. We'll see. See when the Arcane Journal gets announced. Looking forward to it. So quickly run through my list. I had a Glade Lord with the Ogre Blade and Talisman of Protection, and then a Glade Captain on a Warhawk with the Glamourweave and Armor of Meteoric Iron. And the thought with him is he's just supposed to go in and do a challenge to let the dragon mess up the unit. The Glamourweave was hopefully to keep him alive. I had wanted to put, I thought there was some more leadership debuffing items in Wood Elves, but they're all situational. They're like -1 to fear tests or cause terror, but that's not actually going to make him. I thought it'd be nice for him to cause terror, but I couldn't get the points to work. So, he's just the Glamourweave is the opponent has to make a leadership test. If they fail, they can only hit him on 6s. So hopefully that'll keep him alive, and then he's got just a great weapon. And then I had a level 4 with the Oaken Stave. I think the Ruby Ring, which I don't know if I ever cast. I think I forgot that I had that. And she's in a unit of 7 Glade Riders. And then I had 5 Glade Guard and then 2 units of 8 Deepwood Scouts. All my bows were Hagbane tips, just to make it easy to remember. And I had 2 Great Eagles and 2 units of Wild Riders. This unit had the Vanguard banner of the Wild Hunter or something, and this unit had the Rampaging banner for real charges. I thought because they're frenzied and they have the charge anyways, I might as well get somewhere where I can make more reliable charges. And Andrew was playing Beastman. He had the Lord on a chariot, the level 4 Shaman on a chariot, and 2 units of Warhounds on the flanks, a Gorgon, unit of Dragon Ogres, 2 more Razor Gore chariots, I think, 2 units of Razor Gores, a unit of Gores, and then he had 2 Minotaurs and a unit of Ungors and Ambush. Yeah, now his army seems pretty small, but then so does mine. So I went first. We both vanguarded up on this flank, so I had to declare a charge because I was in charge range, and he chose to flee. And then the Wild Riders almost caught them anyways, but didn't. And flew some eagles forward, just one on the hill, out of Viletide range. Can't move and Viletide me. These Wild Riders backed up a bit. My dragon flew to the center, put out a pillar of fire. Trees sung a woods here. I was in charge range. I don't know, it was one of those things where my dragon was in charge range because I was I'm happy if he charges me. I just feel like the dragon gets to kill a unit and then reform in my turn, but then I sung a tree in there anyways to stop that plan. So I probably should have put the tree over here just to protect the dragon in case he could do something with Viletide. Or I think he also had Wind Blast. But anyways, all my shooting goes into some Razor Gores. I shot off the 1 unit of Warhounds over here with these units, and then the rest of my shooting does a wound or 2 to the Razor Gores, which is fine. His turn, things move up on the flank. He moves the Dragon Ogres so they're just in charge range of the Wild Riders, so I'll have to declare a charge because of the Frenzy. The Hounds fail to rally, but don't flee off the board. He wasn't in range to Valdad, so nothing much else happened. And then big turn here, so skipping back. So then, started my turn, Pillar of Fire moves. It gets to bounce just because of the spacing between the units. It bounces through these Razor Gores, this chariot, and through the Dragon Ogres, killing not killing any. I think he did 2 wounds to the chariot, a couple wounds to the Razor Gores, and maybe a wound or 2 to the Dragon Ogres. But what happens then? I might as well go back. So then the dragon declares a charge on this chariot. We looked up, we couldn't see that it had fear, so it had to make a terror check, which it failed, and it runs this way. And then the dragon redirects into the Razor Gores, which he kills. The Wild Riders have to declare the charge on the Dragon Ogres through hold, and then I make the charge, even though it's max range. Didn't even have to use the Rampaging Banner. And they go in there and do, I think they did 5 wounds, and then the Dragon Ogre swinging back killed 3 of them. But it meant that I won combat with the banner. And then he rolled like an 11 on his break check, and I ran them down, killed them. So good performance from the Wild Riders. That was much more than I was expecting them to do. And then the rest of my shooting, I think, went into that last chariot and killed it off. So yeah, dragon eats the unit Razor Gore's turns. He's got 1 Razor Gore left, which I think also took some shooting. The chariot's gone. The Dragon Ogres are gone. My Warhawk had tried to charge the chariot and then didn't roll high enough, and I put the eagle here to try and prevent him from getting vile-tided, because he has to still have line of sight. And I figure the Gorgon's coming in here to kill these Wild Riders. And the dragon turns and reforms this way. And my eagle flew over here so it could declare a charge on the chariot if it doesn't rally. And what happens is the chariot doesn't rally, keeps going. The Gores keep moving forward. The Ungors show up and take some shots and kill a couple Wood Elves. The Minotaurs show up and start threatening things. The Razor Gore runs forward to threaten my blocks. And then the Gorgon and the Shaman on Chariot charge the Wild Riders, which I countercharge. And the Gorgon, the Chariot's impacts hits wipe out the Wild Riders, so they don't even get to swing. And his Beast Chariot declared a charge on the Eagle, who fled, and then he didn't roll, he couldn't, I was too far away, so he couldn't redirect in to the Warhawk Rider. So yeah. Oh, and then I think the hounds that were up there fled off the board too. It wasn't rolling well. I mean, the Beastmen are low leadership if they're not near their general. So then the Wild Riders get to turn around. The Eagle declares a charge on the chariot that flees off the board. So he's stuck over there. My Elves all run out of the woods so that he can't see them to declare a charge. And what happens? Everyone shoots this Razor Gore and kills it off, because we didn't want that to live. The dragon's able to see the Gorgon and declares a charge on it, and the Warhawk Rider charges into the Shaman. The dragon kills the Gorgon, overruns into the chariot. And then the dragon gets to fight again, and doesn't do very well. I think, yeah. Does a couple wounds maybe to the chariot. The Warhawk Rider does no wounds to the chariot. And then the chariot, the Shaman actually fails his leadership check for the Glamourweave, so he's only hitting on 6s, and he fails to wound so he gets 1 wound through on the Warhawk Rider. So I think I would have actually lost that combat if not for the dragon coming in. But then he gives ground and just stays there. So then it's just the same picture. Beastman turn. The Gores turn around and go into Linehammer because the Wild Riders are coming. Thungors move out of the Eagle's charge arc and put some shots somewhere. The Minotaurs just run into the woods so they can see everything. So the Beastman chariot charges the the Warhawk Rider and kills him on impact hits. He doesn't get to swing. And then this combat is, I think, pretty much a draw, maybe. Oh no, that's what happens. This is the Lord's Chariot. Comes in, kills the Warhawk Rider. The Shaman, in retrospect, we probably messed this up because this was all one combat. But the Shaman fighting the Dragon doesn't do great again, but he gives ground or falls back in good order over top of the Combat Lord on Chariot, and then the Dragon overruns into the Combat Lord. Which maybe, I don't know, we should have, I guess, determined combat resolution, and there was a chance that the Lord would have fallen back in good order away. Can't. Those combats are weird. Because he would have been out of combat because the Warhawk Rider was gone. I need to look up the rules for that. It wasn't going to be a big deal because the Dragon was still going to make a charge the next turn anyways, I think. So what happens is the Dragon charges in, we fight the fight. He's got Slug Skin, so -1 to hit, and the Dragon has, in a challenge, has Annoyance of Netlings, or Befuddlement of Mischiefs, so he's also -1 to hit. And I think the Chariot tried to Vile Tide me and I denied it, which was lucky. Oh, or is this my turn? Yeah, this is my turn now. So, the Wild Riders and the Eagle go into the Gores, kill a bunch of Gores, but they kill 4 Wild Riders, and I think he gave ground, and I just followed up. The Eagle moved over to threaten Ungors, put all my shooting and a Pillar of Fire into the Minotaurs, and didn't manage to do anything. And then the Dragon and the Beast Lord fight, and he does a couple wounds to me. I do a couple to him. He had the Giant Blade, so he's multi-damage 2, but no armor piercing, although I don't have great armor. So yeah, I think he gave ground. Oh, it was a bit of a draw. Then his turn, the Beast Lord still here fighting the Dragon. He does a couple more wounds. I do a couple more wounds. The Shaman comes over, tries to Vile Tide my Riders and the Wizard, but I deny it. I have the Oaken Stave. Shooting, and the Pillar of Fire kills off the Minotaur, but then the Minotaur kills a couple Glade Guard, forces them to give ground, I think. The Gores finish off the Wild Riders, and the Eagle flees. And the Minotaur, the Ungors try and shoot the Eagle, don't do anything to it. So then my turn, 5. The Eagle charges the Minotaurs, takes the wound at Zen shoot, kills a couple, not much happens. The Dragon finally finishes off the Beast Lord and turns around, and my caster runs away from the Vile Tide. I think he denied Tree Singing, which I wanted to put out here, but I do have a Pillar of Fire ready to go through everyone. I think my guys just gave ground after he killed a couple of them. So yeah, the Pillar of Fire went through, killed the rest of the Glade Deepwood Scouts, and then also killed the Minotaur. And he just came forward with the Chariot and tried to Vile Tide and Wind Blast me. I think I denied Wind Blast, and then Vile Tide just killed 3 of them, which is pretty lucky. I did have Oaken Shield up, which was helpful. Over in this fight, the Eagle's starting to lose, but it doesn't really matter. And then, so then this was the start of the turn. I don't know what I was casting. I was trying to cast something, and he rolled Perils on the Dispel attempt, and then rolled a 4, so took the Strength 10 hit, did a wound, and then that was the Shaman's last wound, so he died. So that was basically the end of the game. I think the Gores maybe killed the Eagle, but that was it. So yeah, it was fun. was a good game. Fun playing Wood Elves. So nice to play with Andrew, who's an experienced Wood Elf player, so he could tell me what I was doing wrong and tell me what rules I needed to remember and know. But yeah, I liked the Wild Riders were cool. They hit really hard, and like maneuvering them's a tactical challenge because of frenzy. But you do have counter charge, so it's okay to frenzy, but you sort of want to steer where they end up. And I thought the dragon with the Ogre Blade was fun. It's quite killy. Reserve move on like cavalry unit with the wizard in is really good. The Warhawk Rider was a bit of a disappointment. It's just something cute that I thought might be fun, but he's not. I think, yeah, he can be taken out and just straight replaced with a level 2 to get a bit more magic going. So I think that that's the plan. But yeah, otherwise the list I thought was good. I think Beastmen were a good matchup because they don't really have high armor. So the Hagbane tips were doing work. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next game. And maybe the Wood Elf Arcane Journal will come out soon. Thanks. Bye.